Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and it's been a little bit slowing down a little bit on videos. It's not really intentional, but that's just how it's been. Today I'm just going to do a kind of a showcase of some of the albums that I have from 7A Records. And if you don't know 7A Records, they are a Monkees based company out of England. That focus in on solo Monkees material, reissues, alternate takes, demos. They also have a few other artists, groups like the Lemon Sherbets. I think they just did an album with Macy Gray. So they're expanding, but they're kind of a smaller label again out of the UK. I've had the privilege of being on a panel for 7A when they issued a Mickey Dolenz EP, which I will show in just a moment. But I wanted to go ahead and just show some of the products that I have from 7A Records. I believe this is everything that I have. If it's not, I apologize, 7A, but I'm a loyal customer. So let me just start with two Peter Tork pieces that I have. The first is the most recent Peter Tork release called This Stuff Never Gets Old. It's an EP, and I know it was released on vinyl, like 500 copies or so. One album. The track one, the title track, This Stuff Never Gets Old, was recorded during the Good Time sessions, but didn't make the final cut. Tracks 2, 3, and 4, Sea Change, Vagabond John, and Miracle, were all from the late 80s. So when they do, in 7A does EPs, they kind of put it out on this little thin CD, so Peter Tork. And then they put out his one and only solo album, Stranger Things Have Happened. And 7A always does a great job. There's the original artwork. 7A always does a great job with the packaging. They do gatefolds. There's a booklet, which I won't get into, but this is the 11 original tracks as well as bonus tracks. He does a version of Jackie Wilson's Higher and Higher. He does a version of I'm Not Your Stepping Stone. So really, really cool. A couple of Peter Tork releases. Let me go to Davy Jones. This is the first of the two. This is Davy Jones live in Japan. It's a ton of tracks. It's 2 CDs plus a DVD. He does. It's interesting. I like to get these live EPs and these live albums, and it's funny because I'm not a Davy Jones fan really at all, but he does versions of songs sung by the other Monkees. Like he does. Last Train to Clarksville, I'm a Believer, I'm Not Your Stepping Stone. He does the theme for the Monkees. He also does his tracks like Star Collector, I Want to Be Free, Daydream Believer. So really, really cool. And again, it's a gatefold. It's Davy live in Japan in the 80s, back when the Monkees were really getting a resurgence in Japan. And then this is the most recent. This is Davy Jones, Manchester Boy. This is actually a really good release. It's a lot of demos and things like that, but it's a lot of acoustic kind of stuff. And I actually, Davy's voice does not bother me as much on this as it does for some others. A few originals like Manchester Boy. He does a version of Man We Was Lonely by Paul McCartney. If I Knew by Davy Jones and Bill Chadwick. James Taylor's Fire and Rain. So really, really cool. So a couple of Davy Jones releases there. And let me go ahead and move into Mickey Dolenz. So I do have a vinyl of Mickey Dolenz. This is the most recent release from Mickey. This is Dolenz Sings Nesmith. This is the EP companion to his album, Dolenz Sings Nesmith. So there you go. He does Soul Rider's Birthday, Some of Shelley's Blues, The Crippled Lion, and Grand Ennui. So this is just kind of like extra. I have Dolenz Jones, Boyce and Hart, the album that Mickey and Davy did with Tommy Boyce. What is it? Tommy Boyce and Bobby Hart, excuse me. As well as a live album in Japan where they do some Monkees tunes and Boyce and Hart tracks, which is really cool. A few Mickey albums. This is the first release that 7A ever put out. This is the MGM singles. It's a bunch of stuff from Mickey Dolenz' personal solo career, including his song Beverly Hills. He does a version of Johnny B. Good. So really, really cool. And again, just like all the others, it's a gatefold with booklet. Next, just like Davy Jones, Mickey also took advantage of the Monkees' popularity in Japan. This is Mickey Dolenz Live in Japan, also with a DVD, just one CD. He also does the theme for the Monkees, Sunday Girlfriend, which is cool to hear him do the Mike Nesmith tune. Clarksville, You Just Might Be the One, another Nesmith tune, I'm a Believer, Randy Scott's Get, Zora and Zam, which is a deep cut, Mary Mary, I Want to Be Free, cool to hear him do Davy Jones, Pillow Time, beautiful, Shades of Grey, one of my favorites, No Time, Daydream Believer, Not Your Stepping Stone, Going Down, Pleasant Valley Sunday, Beverly Hills, To Be or Not to Be, his two singles at the time. So that's kind of cool. Again, I just mentioned this. This is Dolenz Sings Nesmith, the album, where he does Michael Nesmith tunes. It has the CD, had the bonus track Grand Ennui, which the vinyl didn't have, but obviously came out on the EP. He does songs like Different Drum, Keep On, Circle Sky, Propinquity, Tapioca Tundra. So really, really cool. Great album. Like, seriously, check it out. And then I've got the CD version of the EP as well, which is similar to the Peter Tork version. Whoops. And it's got a really nice little kind of tribute to Michael Nesmith in there, because when the album came out, when the full-length LP came out, Nesmith was still with us, and then obviously he passed away in 2021. But he was able to hear all the tracks, so he was able to hear the final product. And then this is the most recent from Mickey Dolenz. This is Demoiselle, kind of a solo album that was supposed to come out in the 90s. And again, great liner notes, great pictures. There's a booklet, which again, I'm not going to get into because it would just be too long of a video. So very cool. Next, I'm going to finish off, well, I guess last, I'm going to finish off with Nesmith, Michael Nesmith. And we're going to start with vinyl. This is the most recent 7A piece, pretty much your standard Ranch Stash, the 50th anniversary edition. Great record. It's got some of Shelley's Blues on it. They put it out on a beautiful gray vinyl, which is very, very nice. And it sounds really good too. I think this is the best sounding Nesmith piece so far. They also did Tantamount to Treason by the Second National Band. This was his fourth solo album after the Monkees. And this beautiful, beautiful vinyl, which I'm not going to get out because you probably don't care that much to see it in its entirety, and I don't really want to put it back into its sleeve. And then the 50th anniversary of And the Hits Just Keep On Coming, with some bonus tracks that had never been reissued on vinyl, and it came in like a beautiful kind of gold tan vinyl as well. So there are the Nesmith records. Here are the CDs. This is Michael Nesmith live at the BBC, Paris Theatre. Only 6 tracks, but they're longer, so it still feels like a full-length album. He does Silver Moon, some of Shelley's Blues, Joanne, Dance Between the Raindrops, Marie's Theme, and then the closing theme of The Prison called Lamppost. This is a fantastic record. This is Michael Nesmith and the First National Band live at the Troubadour. This is when Nesmith reformed a new version of the First National Band and played songs from those first 3 records. Pete Finney was on the pedal steel. His son Christian was on guitar, and his brother, his son Jonathan, as well as his daughter-in-law Cersei Link. But he does all sorts of tracks from those original First National Band, like some of Shelley's Blues, Propinquity, Grand Ennui, Joanne, The Crippled Lion, 9 Times Blue. So check it out. He also does a version of Papa Jean's Blues. So Next, another live album with Red Rhodes. This is the McCabe Tapes, Cosmic Partners. This was essentially a acoustic solo with Nesmith and Red Rhodes on pedal steel, played at McCabe's Guitar Shop in 1973. And again, a lot of the same kind of Nesmith tunes and some great stories as well. And then the CD versions of Tantamount to Treason. This is new artwork, as you can tell, by the original artist. They have the original artwork inside, and some liner notes by Joe Alterio, I believe. Now, those are the original liner notes by Nesmith, where he gives like a beer recipe or something. And then pretty much your standard Rant Stash, excuse me, and the hits just keep on coming. Michael Nesmith. And I do have pretty much your standard Rant Stash too, but I've left it out. It's still in the shrink, I believe. So there it is. So thank you so much, 7A Records. You've been a great resource for Monkees tunes. Everybody, please go check out 7A. I'm not getting paid to do this for them. I just love this label so much, and I would appreciate you to go over there if you're a Monkees fan. So let me know what you think. Comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Please be good. Take care, and we'll talk to you on the next one. Bye now.